Camp 2020. And today's topic is institutions supporting entrepreneurship. And we have the resource person, Dr. Shivakami Rajan, Professor, Department of Management Studies, St. Joseph's College of Commerce. Now, I request Samiksha Srivatsava to introduce the speaker.
Good morning. A very warm welcome to all of you for the third day of webinar on 1 week online entrepreneurship awareness camp for institutions supporting entrepreneurship, and our resource person, Dr. Shivakami Rajan, Professor, Department of Management Studies, St. Joseph's College of Commerce, a focused educator with PhD in entrepreneurship from Bharatiyar University, a MPhil in Marketing Management from Christ University, MCom in Banking Management from Bharatidasan University, and MBA in Information Technology from Sikkim Manipal University. Postgraduate Diploma in Material Management from Annamalai University, and has a 10 plus years of academic experience in teaching and research in the areas entrepreneurship, marketing, human resource, strategic management, production management, supply chain, and logistic management. Has demonstrated a commitment to excellence in teaching in practical oriented and student centric institutions, alongside with quality assurance, academic administration, research and customer service, proficient in the usage of SPSS, AMOS, Visual Plus, and G-Power software for research and ICT tools in teaching and learning. Now, on behalf of everyone, I would like to welcome Dr. Shivakami Rajan. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Samiksha.
And now I'll hand over to Shivakami Rajan to start the session, and I request all the participants to be attentive during the session. Please, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Good morning to one and all. I will share my presentation right now, and I will switch on, share my screen. You can see my screen, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I'll make it wide view. Just a minute. Sorry. Yeah. I hope everybody can see the full screen right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Good morning. Thank you, sir. Good morning, one and all. First and foremost, I would like to thank the management of NAGARJUNA College of Engineering, the Department of Mechanical Engineering, and the team who have organized this wonderful seminar, very exciting webinar on entrepreneurship. It is indeed a very great initiative that, in today's time, that entrepreneurs not only are the source of or the providers of employment for millions of people in our country and across the globe also, but entrepreneurship today has also become an alternate employment avenue for millions of educated professionals as such. So, on this occasion, I also thank the principal, Dr. Shrikanta Murthy, the vice principal, Dr. Harisha, the dean, Mr. Jitendra Nath, coordinator, Dr. N. Kapilan, and of course, my friend, Dr. Kantaraj Tiche, and Mr. Balaji for, the excellent support they have given me for me to be here. At the onset, I would like to actually also talk about from the point of view of entrepreneurship. In terms of recent year, there has been on the global side, there have been a large kind of decline in the jobs and the job opportunities across the globe as such. So MSMEs is actually regarded as a vertebrae of many in countries and economies, because they provide these kind of employments not only at the as an alternative employment, but also as a at the grassroots level as such. And in terms of that, MSMEs actually in as far as India is concerned, there are three things as far as the MSMEs is divided into. First and foremost, the Ministry of MSMEs in India is actually having three pull downs. If you look at that, one is from the point of view of policy initiatives which they take, and second thing is the institutional support which they give, and the third thing is the credit dispensation which they actually do. So I'm here today in front of you to talk about the institutional support which the MSMEs actually give to everybody as such. Now, if you look at the framework of the MSME is actually from the past 5 to 6 decades, it's providing employment in the rural as well as backward area, and it is actually bridging the gap between the rural industrialization and the urban industrialization. It's a bridge towards all these, gap, parity of development between the two. And if you look at that from the point of view, the MSME ministry includes both the vectors of the Ministry of MSME as well as the SMEs as well as the ARI, which is broadly what the Indian economy is all about as far as the MSMEs are concerned. And we also have the MSMEs Act, which is actually enacted in 2006, and which covers a lot of policy making, coverages, investment ceilings, developments, and it covers both services as well as manufacturing concerns as such. The primary responsibilities of MSME's development is actually left to the state government as such, because it is a concurrent subject. And that does not mean the government of India, the central government, the adds lets only the state government to take part of it. But I do adds to all the state governments initiatives which are there as both of them put together actually does what the floor it is actually required as such. Now, if you look at that, we have the MSMEs. We can look at it from the point of view of SMEs, which are the small medium enterprises, under which you can have your NICs, NSICs, National Small Industries Corporations. Then you have your both all the small offices also are there. The offices of the DCs or mainly playing as far as the SMEs is concerned. Then you have the ARI, which is the Agro and Rural Industries, under which we have the KADI and the Choir Board, the KVIC, and the MGIRI, which is the Mahatma Gandhi Rural Industrialization, and we have the Prime Minister's employment generation program is also there. In between, we also have the training institutions. Basically, we have the Ncet, we have the MSMEs, and then we have the IEEs. The Ncet is a national institution for entrepreneurship and small business development, which is situated at Noida. And the NIMSMEs is the National Institute for MSMEs in Hyderabad. The IIE is the Indian Institute of Entrepreneurs, which is situated at Guwahati. And then we have the MGIRI, which is there, which is the Mahatma Gandhi Rural Industrialization is also there. So these are the national institutions which I'll be talking, in a few details as possible. And then we'll also be talking about the Office of the Development of Commissioners, which is provides common facility, technical support, and marketing assistance. Those are also there, which is as far as the Office of the DCs is concerned. Then moving forward, we are looking at from the point of view of the MSMEs Act, which was recently in the first day of this month, from July 2020, the MSMEs Act, which was in 2006. There is a small changes as far as the classification of micro, small, and medium enterprises are there. And in this, first and foremost, for you to be for you to be classified as an MSME, you should be first and foremost being registered as a MSME register company. So that requires you to do a UDM registration. We will go to that also in detail. Then the next we are looking at is the a new definition of MSMEs, which has recently taken place in the month of June, and it is effective from 1st July. Is that the micro type of investment is those which are actually having an investment of 1 crore and above and has a turnover of 5 crores. Small small enterprises is something which is having an investment of maximum 10 crores and a turnover of maximum 50 crores. And medium is all those enterprises which are above that particular 10 crores and 50 crores. That means the investment is to a maximum of 50 crores and you have a turnover of maximum 250 crores. This is actually effect from 1st June to 2020. This it has come out in the Gazette of India, and it is effective from 1st July 2020 as such. Then for us, let us now go look at what is the UDM registration. To start a business, first and foremost, it is well and nice for all. It is actually worthwhile for everybody to actually register as such, because if you don't register your organizations, you will not be able to actually take in incentives and avail incentives which are given by the government as such. And then you will be receiving a lot of benefits from several government incentives, not only from the point of view of the state, but also from the point of view of the central government. Not only, in addition to that, you'll also be getting subsidies, easy loans, approval, etc. So basically, there are two types of process which are very simple. One is the Entrepreneurial Memorandum 1 and the Entrepreneurial Memorandum 2. Previously, these are the only two simple processes which you have to do right now. Previously, before the Udyog Aadhar Memorandum or UAM registration, we used to have 11 kinds of forms to be filled, and it used to be very time consuming. Nowadays, it's not so. It is completely an online process, and it's a free cost of process. And once you get the certificate, the certificate is actually valid for it's a lifetime valid certificate of the MSME for both manufacturing and service sectors. And then it is actually certifies your existence, and you become a separate legal entity by using this certification as such. It provides for you to do this, you need to provide mandatory informations, including your own personal Aadhar card details, bank account details, and only after that you will be, once you register, you will get a unique UAN number, that is called Udyog Aadhar number. With this Udyog Aadhar number, then you can go in for your registration of your company as such. You can actually use any kind of firm, whether it is a single proprietorship, a partnership, or a Yandu divided family, or including a private company or a public company, or a self-help group or an NGO or an LLP. You can register it. Now, for this, you have their own, what you call websites are there for you. You can always go onto MSME's website, and you can actually register as such. And recently we have also found that 99% after the classification of our MSMEs, it is found that 99% of business in India is now in the MSME sectors as such. Now, that is very good for as far as we are concerned. So that means we are a major providers as far as MSMEs is concerned. Now, what are the documents that are required for your UDM registration online portal? For this, you need your Aadhar card, as I said. Then you'll need your social categories. Social categories, they'll give you different aspect. I mean, pull downs with whether you're a general category, and the normal reservation category, because for certain SC, ST and other OBCs you have a separate kind of institution also supporting and hand holding them, and there is separate kind of finance also available for those kind of special category kind of people. Then you can be also physically handicapped, and then gender. If you are a woman, you have a separate extra kind of benefits, and physically handicapped also you have extra kind of benefits. So these details you need to be given, and the type of organizations will be, what is the name of the organization. You should be very careful to actually register that, because it'll search for like names, and it'll take some 10 days to 15 days for you to get that name also all right, because if it will check the entire database to see whether that his name is not duplicated. Then you have to give your PAN number. The PAN number in case of a limited liability partnership, or the thing which you already got as previously with your other PAN number, you should give. And where is the location of your plant? You should mention the office address, the contact number of the of yourself, your mail ID, and the date of commencement of the business. The date of commencement of the business which you want in your certificate, that is very much important, because in certain times the certain kinds of existence, the number of years you're in existence also matters a lot. Should be very careful to give the date of commencement of business, which will be printed on the MSME certificates once you get this particular certificate. You need to give your bank account details and the main business activity, and also you need to give your NIC code. What is a NIC code? NIC code is basically a code which is actually given by the National Industrial Classification Codes. It is actually all the economic industrial activities in India is classified and data based and it is standardized with few numbers as such. It's a long list which is there, and this list is basically standard across the country, and it is on in line with the international system of classification also. And this standard numbers is basically can be used for research and survey, and I think for various institutions which they use this particular number to see which kind of economic activity is better and things. It's all for whatever research. So you should also look at that particular NIC code, which is a 5-digit number, or it's a the latest one is 2008. It is updated. It's readily available in MSME portal itself. You can look into that, and then you can correct your what type of business is there. You write the correct kind of NIC code. Then you register it. You should also tell the number of employees that are there. You should give the investment that you are doing, because based on which you'll be classified as MSME as such. The investment initial in plant and machinery, equipment, and then you need to give all the Aadhaar card copies, attachments are there. So with this kind of you will details given, you will get, once it is completed, you will get a particular registration certificate, and it is the beginning of your life as far as your business is concerned. The provisional certificate is given for the 5 years if the entity has not started its own business as such. You can apply loan, and you can also take all your benefits based on this. And based on this, sometimes you also have to give that your commenced your business based on your sales bills, purchase bills, partnership deed, registration deed. Yeah, and if you're registered itself as a private limited company or a company as such, you can also have to give your memorandum of understanding, articles of association as an attachment as such. And then recently in the 1st June 2020, the Prime Minister's office has launched a new program post this COVID session, something called the Championship. The champion is basically creation and harmonious application of modern processes for increasing the output and national strength. Okay, this is an ICT based technology platform. It is available at http://champions.gov.in. You can actually go look into this. Is for the existing MSMEs to empower them, especially in times of COVID and some times of emergencies and problems like the black swan or the green sand events, which actually happens across the globe, for helping out as far as finance, raw materials, labors, and any kind of issues that is there. It also lists out new opportunities that are available, manufacturing of medical. Basically, right now the champion thing is actually propagating, or it is making all the organization to repurpose its business definition or business purpose towards creating a new kind of opportunity, especially in terms of health, medical equipment, and health accessories as such. and it actually the champions actually handhold these MSMEs to become national and international champions as such. So that's a new one which is coming for the existing MSMEs who are already registered and facing problems. Now we are looking at from the point of view of the type of registration which is there. Now the type of registration which is there as far as we should be very careful as to what are the kind of registrations that you can actually do that. So you should have a lot of thought about registration before forming and applying for your Udyam card. You can be a one-person company also. The one-person company is nothing but it is it is coming under the almost like the entire investment is only yours, but when it comes to limited liability partnership and the private limited company, you have the liability which is actually shared and it is very less risky. But when it is a one person company which is called as OPC, the entire risk is yours. But then the entire problem is the entire issue is that entire turnover is also yours. So it is very risky for you, but at the same time very lucrative for you. So but then you can also look at basically one person companies are done in terms of sole proprietorships, and it also helps you to have a tax holiday in case of a one person companies under the Startup India Act. Once if you register, you'll have a tax holiday. Depreciations, but the depreciations are very higher, and no taxes. One thing is you can actually gain is you'll not have any kind of a dividend there as sharing with other people. But when it comes to LPP, which is the limited liability partnership, most of these are the service oriented organization who registers, and low investment is possible for you. You need not have to have a heavy investment in investment, but then it's only limited to the agreed contribution of each and every partners who are there, and then you can register them also. Here also you'll have a tax return and tax holiday of almost 3 years, but then you have to got to file your taxes after that is concerned, and your return on your capital investment you have to show what is there. Then it is in a private company. If you want to register as a private limited company, you might have a private shareholders. Here you might these are the basically those companies in which the turnover they expect it to be very high, and here also, but the government in the initial 3 days they give you 3 days holidays, 3 years holidays, tax holidays as such, and then there is a higher depreciation which you can actually enjoy here. But at the same thing, facility you should do is, as far as your duties are concerned, you should file your returns, and you should give your documents, and you should file it in time. You should make public known your what do you call, your performance. All those are there. As far as the other three, that is OPC, LPP, and your PLC has the same kind of thing, except risk and investment will be different from each of them. But as far as government is concerned, they treat you the same way for the first three kind of it. But when it comes to a public limited company, you are registering under a public companies law as of 2013. But here you can is limited to the shares in which the held by each of the person. This is actually held here. But in this kind of thing, the kind of duties and responsibility of the company as far as public is concerned, you have to actually be very upfront in what filing of your reports, your reporting, and once in a quarter, and you have to abide by a lot of rules and regulations as far as the documentation is concerned. But in these kind of organizations, you can also look at it from the point of view of local people. That means to which state you are doing. Now, if you're actually having a state which you're registering in Karnataka, then you have to do for the Karnataka state shops and establishment for you to actually get a license, and you have to do it. Only then you will be able to actually do business in Karnataka. Likewise, in Maharashtra, it is a license you have to take. It's called Gumasta license, and then only then you will be able to start performing there. But these Gumasta license is actually given by the local municipal at Maharashtra. Here it is given by the government of India, which license gives you license, whatever may be your entity. You need to have this kind of license to actually, start performing inside the particular state. So not only you need to have an official registration for you to perform, for you to start your business as far as the law is concerned, but as far as the state is concerned, you need to also get its respective license for you to start. So this is the registrations which has to be done. Now, as far as the looking at the Karnataka Shop and Establishment Act of 1961 is concerned, you can actually, as an owner, is there certain things that you need to do. Let's look at that. You need to actually register, and what are the responsibility that is required. You need to actually show first and foremost your registration for as far as that you're an MSME. Second thing is you should have a license from the Karnataka Shop and Establishment Act. Third thing is you should actually give a weekly 1 day off for all your businesses. You should actually define the number of working hours, should be clearly mentioned. Then you should follow the rules and regulation of employment practices. For example, it might be your health, your PFs, and all that should be maintained for your employees. And then also you should also maintain records of each and everything. Also, these are the 5 things which you need to take care under the Karnataka Shop and Establishment Act. These are your duties to be done as such. And then you can also look at it from the point of view of the validity. It is available it is valid for 5 years, and as I said, the name board should be in a very prominent place, and the fees is very small. It is not very much. If it is to 300 for one person and is more than 20, it is 10,000 rupees. But there are certain rules also which you need to follow, especially when you cannot employ children less than 14 years and women not to work more than 8 p.m. If you have to, then if you're opening a BPO and you are wanting to, run that, you can take special permission for that, and you can have a 24/7 office also. Then you need to have this. There are various kinds of forms from A to T. They have mentioned different kinds of form. You can go to our website, and then you can look at the Karnataka website, which gives that, TPR. You can go and look in there, and then there you have to show the attendance form should be mentioned in this T form itself. It should be maintained, and salary should be given before the 7th, maximum by 7th, and annual report by the end of 31st December you need to actually set up. Now this is as far as this registration of your organization is concerned, and running it in whichever state you want to run it, and what are the responsibilities for running your businesses as such. These are your mandate legal compliance which you had to do till now. I spoke about that. Now going forward, let us look at the institutional support which supports all the MSMEs. So you have 3 kinds of supports that are there for all the SMEs. MSMEs. You have the state level support, the central level support, and the other support, which can be the industrial association in which you can join, the NGOs, the R&D labs, which you can use as a technical person. You can make use of them. So there are these 3 kind of handholding which is done, and which supports the MSMEs as such. Now when we look at the first one, let us go into the central, and it is the MSMEs Ministry of our central government, which talks about the Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program. The Prime Minister's thing, it is actually given by the nodal agency is the KVIC. The KVIC is Khadi Group. Khadi and Village Industries, Corporation as such. They are the person who is giving this entire PMEG program is run by them, and they actually give you assistance for almost for manufacturing sector. They give 25 lakhs, and for services and kind of any business which is trading, they give you a financial assistance of 10 lakh Rs. The thing is, you should be in a general location, that is in an urban location. Then you will get 15% of the finance immediately, and in case of rural you will get your 25% higher. And then if exactly that is for the general category. For the special category of is kind of persons, then you can get 25% for urban and 35% for rural as far as the outlay is concerned. Then the terms of the law, you can also get working capital, and the balance of that particular loan is given to you by the local banks banks will actually give you the balance loan as such. And this you can actually approach to the through the state KVIC directorates, the state Khadi village industry boards which are there. You can actually also go through them. You can also go through the district industry centers and the banks also. You can go through as far as this PMEG is concerned. And any individual whose age of 18, self-help groups, production societies, charitable groups, all of them who are registered under the KVIC can actually avail this particular loans from the PMEG under the PMEG scheme as such. Now, what schemes can be actually applying? Any schemes which are related to Khadi village industry, you can actually, any new projects, only new projects which is above 10 lakhs in the manufacturing sector and above 5 lakhs in the service sector, and can be actually applying for under this PMEG as such. Now for this you can go to the online MSME sector website itself, and you can actually apply this. But one of the disclaimer is that if you have already availed subsidy in under any other scheme, and or you cannot apply for PMEG scheme as such. So you should not have applied it under any other scheme, only PMEG scheme, then you can apply it. So you cannot have multiple schemes at the same time. That is not possible. Okay, so you can look at the KVIC and it's all bodies in the central and the state government. State actually take this as such. Now going further, if you want to update once you have taken the loan and then you want to upgrade your particular PMEG units under which you have registered, you can still go for a maximum cost for upgradation to a tune of rupees 1 crore. You can go and you can get a subsidy of rupees fund 15 lakhs or for general, and and to rupees 20 lakhs is for basically the northeastern state and the hill states of our the seven sisters, you call it, right? For them they will get 20 lakhs as subsidies from the under this particular upgradation, and it will be provided as from the banks as term loans, and the maximum cost of product upgradation is basically, if you can show a project costing of 1 lakh, and then that's what it is, it will be entertained as such. Then with this you can go to public sector banks, SIDBs, you can go regional rural bank, and the normal rate of interest is applicable, but then you got to pay it back between 3 to 7 years after the initial moratorium. You'll get an initial moratorium of almost 3. I think it depends upon the kind of project you have. The case to case, the moratorium period is decided by the group as a KVIC. Based after which, after that, within 3 to 7 years, you should complete your repay it. The next thing is actually we are also there is another thing called the Credit Guarantee Trust Fund for MSME. This is CGT-SME. This is a corpus which is under both SIDB as well as the government in India has got a huge corpus as such, and they give you a collateral fee free loan without guarantee to a loan of rupees 100 lakh in terms of term loans and working capital. They give you this, and again, as I say, as long as you are under the MSME registered, you can gain this. Now the things are, the institutions are scheduled commercial banks, regional rural banks, and then they will give you 85% of the particular loan as a credit facility, and all the loans are 100% loans to all the northeastern states are actually giving, including Sikkim it's given, and 80% of the loan is given to women entrepreneurs, and 75% of loan 85% of loan is given to the micro enterprises. So they are actually under the UDAN scheme. They are actually allowing your company or your firm to grow and bigger and bigger. In case of any default, the trust which is created will actually pay up the money. Up to 75% of your loans is paid up by the trust itself. So, and then the outstanding has to be actually paid by you. So you can again go to the MSME website and look into this particular scheme as such. Then you have the industry in interest subsidy eligible certificate, which is again under the Khadi program. It gives you, as I said, concessional rate at 4% for working capital, and it is through all the leading banks. And you can also, but one thing is, you should be registered with the state Khadi board or the central Khadi village, and in Khadi village industries you should have been registered. So this is interest interest subsidy. The next one you can look at is the we are calling the developmental scheme. There are actually 11 developmental schemes under the Ministry of MSME. We will go quickly into that. First one is a market promotion development scheme, that is the MPDA, which is basically again given by the Khadi and coir sector as such. Here you will get 30% of the prime cost of the Khadi and the polyvastra, especially to the artisans and the karyakartas of it. Okay, and this is again done through state DCs and Khadi. You can go through the online software which is used by both of them, and you can claim it. You can actually get these kind of marketing promotion help as such. Here 60% of your marketing help for this prime cost of this Khadi and polyvastra which you are actually manufacturing, they will be giving you, but 40% will be given to the spinners and the weavers, and 10% will be given to the karyakartas. So the entire 100% is actually split among not only as the owner, it is also for the weavers, spinners, and the other person who actually help you to make the particular polyvastra and Khadi as such. And then this is given to you every quarter. You can actually claim this based on your reimbursement or how you have spent as far as your marketing is concerned. Okay, the next one we can actually look at is the coir technology upgradation scheme, which is basically for all the eligible plant and machinery which is used for the coir industry, and it is also for upgradation and also for establishing a new unit. Here 25% of the cost of plant and machinery is given to you. Again, you have to go through the coir board itself for actually claiming or as taking the assistant as it is. And but one thing under this is you should have either for all these schemes you should have your Udyog Aadhaar number and your UAM number should be given for all of them. So only those people can actually claim this. Then you have your science and technologies, which is for the coir thing. Either for the coir industry, it is for the technological transfer, incubation, testing, and services. It is there any R&D activities of any coir board. This you can actually they're the ones who are propagating this. There are two R&D units. One is in Kavalur and the other one is in Bangalore. So these are the two places in which you can actually look at as far as your science and technology transfer is concerned. Then going further, we can go for the skill and upgradation and Mahila Coir Yojana export market promotion. These are again the MSME schemes. Here it is actually training stipend of rupees 3,000 and honorarium for the trainer of rupees 15,000 per month is given for the under the skill upgradation and Mahila Yojana, and it is for actually giving them for rural women and as well as the training employment opportunities for the rural youth. These are given. So basically coir artisans and workers can actually take into this help of this particular Yojana. Now when it comes to export market promotions, this is again under the coir board itself which is given. They give you consultancy, information, sourcing, seminars, publicity. You want to go for exhibitions abroad, you want to have a trade fair abroad, all these are given to you by the coir board itself. Any manufacturer, entrepreneur, or exporters of coir can apply for this particular export market promotion. Now you have the domestic market promotion by the local board. This is for the local person itself. In the local domestic market, we are trying to popularize our coir. So here they give you at the rate of 10% of our annual sales, whatever is the turnover of the coir products which you have done, 10% of it will be given you as a as your what you call financial assistance. So you have to show your average annual sales for the past 3 years, based on which 10% is given to you. And then they should, but only one condition is every 5 year you should have a 5% increase of your sales as that is concerned. The next one is trade and industry related functional support, that is TIRFSs. Here under this you have assistant for all the technical data that you want, and it is for your survey, and anybody in this particular coir can actually take part in this kind of surveys and support. When you're going for the next one, which is the welfare, Suraksha Yojana, I don't have to talk about. It's providingly given by the coir board for all the insurance coverage for the entire workers as such, and you only have to be 18 to 70 years, and you should have an Aadhaar linked saving banks. They will take care of your insurance. Then you have the revamped scheme for fund for regeneration. That is again helping you to clusterize and have common facilities. A group of 5 to 6 or 10 people can join together, and then they can create a common facilities for tools and equipment. Instead of each one of them actually investing, they can group and together and do. So here they give you 25. Soft intervention is the maximum of 25 lakhs, in which 100% scheme funding is done. And then you have the hard interventions, in which 75% scheming is done. And last one is a thematic intervention based on the kind of project you have. Now here in this basically it is possible for clusterization of 500 to 600 artisan in a particular state or districts can group together and create a multi cluster, and then claim this. There are various steps. There are various kinds of groups and various kind of money for different kinds of number of groups. Anybody can actually group together. An NGO can go into it, a state institution go, semi-government, panchayat raj, everybody can do this and then start this scheme for fund for regeneration of traditional industries. The next, going further, you can look at Z certification, which is your area. This is for the zero defect and zero effect practices, especially in the manufacturing process, in which you get 80, 60 or 50% for the financing for MSMEs with the for you. And it is actually also, it is valid for 5 years, and for getting this Z certification you need to pay around 10,000 to 80,000 depending upon the number kind of enterprise you are, and based on which you will be, in case you're owned, it is an SCST who's owning this particular enterprises, you can also get a hand-holding charges of almost 2 lakhs per year for those kind of thing. You can go into MSME and look into that. Aspire is another scheme, which is actually a scheme for promoting innovation, rural industry and entrepreneurship. This is again given by the NSIC, KVC and COI board gives this particular Aspire. It is a one-time grant of 100% money for cost and for the cost of plant and machineries here, and it can be up to a maximum of 100 lakhs, which or whatever is the cost of a machinery, whichever is less as so any technical research institution, including those in the field of agro-based industries, can go and get this Aspire funding as such. Going further, then you have this credit linked to capital subsidy for technological upgradation, where you will get 50% subsidy for your investment up to a 1 crore technology spend which you have done, and any MSME units can actually gain this and take this. These are the banks: IDBI, NABARD, SBI, BOB, PMB, you name it. Most of those nationalized banks will give you this CLCSS scheme. They will support you. The marketing support and assistance, which is for barcoding, is basically to spread the awareness of barcoding and its importance to all the products which are being exported, imported or sold in the domestic market. This is for actually for training also they are given, and any industry association, actually you can go ahead and look for these kind of barcode training for the users, as well as the suppliers who are helping you to supply. You can ask them to get into this barcoding awareness as such. A small registration fees is to be registered and paid, and then Government of India will actually support you with 75% for micro, 60% for SMEs for a project which is almost 50 lakhs to 40 lakhs as such. Going further, you can also look at lean manufacturing. You all know what is lean manufacturing. Here I will not talk about much about this. Any MSMEs can, with 10 units together, can get with a minimum of 5, and having an MOU between them can actually get financial assistance in this to take on the competition as such. You will get 80% by the Government of India and 20% by the beneficiaries that the other banks will actually give you for your lean manufacturing competitiveness scheme as such. Then the design clinic, which is actually given for design expertise, you will get 60,000 per seminar and 75% subject to a maximum of 3.75 per workshop for any kind of a person who is consultant, who is creating this kind of design. This is a very enormous kind of entrepreneurial for you, technical person you can look into. If you are expert in the design, you can actually get into a consultancy, create a firm in which you'll be getting these assistance from the register yourself in the MSME, and you get these kind of, when you conduct training, you could spread these awareness, you get this much kind of, money from there. And then you can go to the MSME itself and you can look at that banks, like IDBI, NABARD, SBI, all the national banks give you this for this design clinic to spread the design awareness among the other persons as such. Going further, you look at the technological quality upgradation and support for MSMEs. Here it is again given for energy efficient technologies. If you use in your manufacturing, you will get again support and hand holding from the any kind of banks as such. You get 75% for creating awareness of energy efficiency to a maximum of 75,000 rupees per program. Then for implementing that kind of thing in any kind of, you help to implement that, you get 75% of the actual expenditure, you can get it reimbursed from the as the finance from there. Then you also get, when you're doing a carbon credit aggregation center, you get again things. So it depends upon, as long as any energy efficient technology, you get good support from there. So if you form a cluster or any manufacturing in the association form together, can take this group together and actually get these kind of thing for their particular industry as such. And most of the persons like technical institutions like your colleges, IIT, NIT, state government agencies, all of them can group together and create this and can leverage this kind of funds from the government, because you're creating awareness. It's a very good kind of an opportunity for education institution itself. I've given you the website, it can go into and go and detail into that. Then you have the managerial development and entrepreneurial development. This is again early stage funding. This is basically for those which in the early stage of your industry, you can get an early stage funding as it. You can get rupees 4 to 8 lakhs for per incubation or an idea, with an overall ceiling of almost 62 lakhs you can actually get for each business incubator as such. And then here also, again, you can go to any individual MSMEs or any kind of who are registered under the institutions, under the education institution, can avail these kind of opportunities. So these are for the technical institutions. You can avail this for the managerial development and other through incubators. That's a very good opportunities. Next, going further, you can also look at manufacturing sector to be competitive through the QMS and QTT, which is looking at mainly quality management standards and quality tools as such. Here you will get a support up to 75,000 per program for conducting quality programs and quality technology tools to anybody. So again, the education institution can take this kind of initiatives to go forward and conduct these kind of awareness. And if you help any particular MSME or companies to implement this from your side, you will get 2.5 lakhs per unit for implementation also. Now here you can again Quality Council of India, tool rooms and similar bodies help you to do this, but you got to be registered as an incubator or an institution who are having incubation to get this kind of leverage as such. Then the IPR awareness, again, this is for creating awareness among the MSMEs and the products which you are selling. You can actually get an assistance of 2.5 lakh per pilot study as such, and any registered MSME association consultancies can actually get this money also from the government as such. Now going further, we are going to the next one, which is called marketing promotion schemes. These are basically marketing promotion schemes. You can go to the individual guidelines, the document I have given for you to detail for you to actually look into that for your competition in the international, sending delegates outside, you can attend exhibitions, you can get all these are all reimbursement once you spend, and then you need to actually you can also co-sponsor, and you can also become a sponsor for this. That is a marketing assistance scheme in which you are co-sponsoring and you become the creator, or you create these kind of exhibitions. There also, whatever you're spending, you can actually get 30 lakhs per event. You can score, you can actually get 40 lakhs for a Latin America. If you're creating anything in the Latin America, you get 40 lakhs, and in domestic you will get a maximum of 45 lakhs if you're creating these kind of exhibitions, promotion, trade fairs and things like that if you're doing. So this is from the point of view of marketing assistance. And then when you're looking at support scheme, that PNMS scheme, you can do for domestic market, new market. This is all for expansion of market. Here also you get 80% subsidy for this rent space, which you're doing 100% for women you're getting, and the expenditure is 100%, you can get it reimbursed, and but the maximum of rupees 25,000, because this is local as such, inside the country as such. And these are the marketing promotions which for all you can take initiatives and claim for all your ongoing marketing expenditures also. Going further, let us look at the, now we have finished our industry, we are going further to the global thing. We all know this GEM is a global entrepreneurship monitor. It's a global organization or a global consortium which was started in 1999 as actually as a research project between a college and the London Business School and Babson College as such. Today it is 22 years as such, and it is the one which actually creates a lot of studies across the globe. 15 countries are there members in this. Even India is also one of the members, and this is the Indian office. You can actually see that. And it gives us exactly information about the global market, and what our global view of entrepreneurship is given to us. Now the Indian GEM is actually propagated or started by Professor Matthew J. Manimala, who is actually an ex-IMB person. He is the one who created this world study for the India as such, and it was done in the year 2001 actually. This was done, and then subsequently we have been doing this from 2015 onwards by our IMB Ahmedabad, also the institution at what you call Jammu and Kashmir. 3 institutions in India together are joining together and giving the India kind of view of entrepreneurship to the world as such. So this is one very good kind of portal which you can do. Lot of data is there in which you can also use it for research as such. Going further, we have central institutions. Let us look into that. We have NSTEB, National Science and Technology Entrepreneurship Development Groups, which are there, which looks at you can, this is the website, you can look at lot of with technology, especially for science and technology persons as such. Now then we have the NICEBUD. The NICEBUD is basically registered in 2 places, Noida and Uttarakhand. It is there. It actually select the potential. They have courses for this. They also train potential entrepreneurs, and they give them lot of training, handbooks, lesson things, and case studies. And it also gives lot of promotions for supporting them as such. You can go into the website and look at that as far as NICEBUD is concerned. Next one, when you go with it is a NIM, small scale medium enterprises. This is basically in Hyderabad, and it is a school of entrepreneurship and extension of entrepreneurship studies. There are several research and consultancies they do for this, and they do also do feasibility study, and tailor-made programs are done for this. And they also have a public private partnership process in which you can do cluster and you can take up those kind of activities. Please go into this website and look into this further detail. Going further, the next one is Indian Institute of Entrepreneurship. In the Indian Institute of Entrepreneurship, it is basically autonomous body. It is headquarters in is in where is Guwahati as such. So the northeastern place is basically taken care, but they're doing a very wonderful job as far as this is concerned. At the northeastern state, they also have something called a summit in which it is actually I'm not sure whether that will be. It is coming in the month of June. I mean July. I don't know whether it will take place. They also call up tenders from the local tea growers and plantation groups, and they're basically for the northeastern states as such. It's a wonderful place which they're doing a lot of jobs is being done for them. You can look into that. The next one you can do is EDI. EDI we all know is Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India, which is based out at Ahmedabad, and it has got a lot of programs as far as capacity entrepreneurship. You can look at that: capacity building, training, skill development, regional centers. These are the 4 to 5 departments which they are doing, and they have they are also taking part in the global entrepreneurship gem monitor in the world. They're the person along with JNK. They are also doing this particular. They are actually having a lot of entrepreneurship programs also. That is, they are doing entrepreneurship program, in other terms entrepreneurship program for corporate, so that they can also develop in those sense. So this is very kind of a two views as far as entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship is concerned. Going further, let us look at GEM. This is the GEM model, GEM India, which we are talking about. And here they list all the, kind of products that are available for small person. GEM, this is what is called, is initiated only in 2016 by our present government. This is the government e-marketplace. This is a very good, most of the women entrepreneurs are taking part in this, where it is actually done by the Directorate of, Supplies, which actually is also involved in this particular creation of this portal, or it's called a e-marketplace or virtual marketplace of the government, in which it is Directorate General of Supplies and Disposal list out common user goods and services that can be procured, and it can be done by normal, any MSMEs can actually take part and buy or sell in this particular kind of groups. So here, as of today, 140 crores transaction has taken place as of today. It's just started in 2016. Okay, going further, we have SIDO, Small Industries Development Organizations. If you look, it's an apex body for formulating policies for small scale development, and you can go through all these things. And actually, it is basically to educate users in the respect of SSI sector as such. It gives a lot of training too. Going further, these are it's functioning through 27 offices. These are the thing. If you go to the website, you can look at all of them. And what do they do? This is what they do across the country as such. Now, going further, let us look at NSIC. NSIC is a Government of India enterprises. In our own place, we have in Rajaji Nagar 2 offices are there. It has its own, from the government side, it registers for you. You don't have to do the registering directly. If you do not know how to register your company online, you can just go to them and they will help you to do it. They will handhold you actually to do this. They have so many schemes under the NSIC schemes itself, which is available for all the persons who are registered through them. It is a one-stop solution for your business. It's exactly correct. So many things can be. They also give you a website in which you can host your products there, and you can buy also. So you don't have to create a website for yourself to do that. They do it for you. So this in Rajajinagar, if you can go and you can meet these persons, and they have do a wonderful job. They had come to our college there because we have an entrepreneurship course. They'd come and they've given us a lot of inputs as to how this can be used by our students. So some of the facilities is bill discounting. Bill discounting, as long as your bills, which you are actually supposed to be receiving from somebody else, your customer bills, as long as it's not 180 days old, you can actually discount it with NSIC, and they give you the money as such. But you should be registered. And the second is credit guarantee, credit facilitation to the bank is actually arranges credit support for all your funds from the banks. So they do it. You don't have to go around running through the bank. The next one is raw material assistance schemes. They give you financing for purchasing of raw materials, both imported as well as in Indian one. And the ceiling is 5 crores for a single unit and rupees 15 crores for a group of units actually. And it also gives you bank guarantee. Single point registration is also it helps you for registration entirely for participation in all the GEM portal of India for the government virtual marketplace. The next one, when you go, is intermediary services. They give you a lot of global market. That's what I said. They give you a website where you can put your B2B. For B2B, you can host your products, and it is visible for the entire country as such. Then you also have a separate scheduled caste and scheduled tribe hub under this. They are giving you the website. It is for those professional support, and your company will be put specifically under this. Then you also have the 7th one, which is procurement marketing support scheme. This is for domestic fare. This is a normal marketing scheme which they will help you to do. You don't have to do anything else. You can also develop your vendors in this particular scheme as such. Then The next one is space. They actually have given you for advertising this big billboards which are there across 11 major cities. They're giving you the space, so you can put your own company there, thing, and it is done with a very minimal space. Very 11 rupees per square feet is what they are actually charging you. And infrastructure development you can also have for, for purpose. They also provide you office space in many places, Delhi, Chennai, and Hyderabad. First come first basis you can actually do. So they give you, just like how you have this workplace right now, they also give you for workspace as such. Skill development is for the range of technical services for all the registered members. Skill development in high tech, conventional trades, they give you this for that. You can refer the website as such. Then they also give you the marketing and intelligence. If you want to do conduct certain consultancy and databases you want to access in Indian and outside, they give you this as a marketing intelligence. And then the next, we're going further, let us look at Karnataka. Let us come to Karnataka. In Karnataka, we have the first one. We're coming to a local place here. The first and foremost, the local government gives us the Karnataka startup initiatives, in which 9 is a new age incubation network, in which 50 academic institutions are there into this. So these are the projects in which you can get an annual finance up to 3 lakhs per project. It helps to both the faculty and students for training. The next one is, we can look at seed support scheme. It is for the startup innovation pavilion, in which you can get an assistant of almost 100 lakhs each for 36 technology business incubators which are there of in the higher education systems and science and technology park. They are giving them that much 100 crores is 100 lakhs support is being given to them. Then you also have a startup innovation pavilion, in which they put up the opportunities that are available. So you can do venture capital, angel capturing, mentoring, accelerators. All these are supported, is given in the startup innovation pavilion. Then you have patent reimbursement incentives and marketing incentives. This is for basically from the Karnataka startup cell. They give you all reimbursement, rupees 2 lakh for Indian patent, and 30% of actual cost for your marketing is actually also given. And maximum, this is given by KIDS, Karnataka Innovation and Technology Society. Next, when you're going, we are looking at reimbursement of VAT and SAT, that VAT and CST, that you have to claim it from the Karnataka startup cell, but you should be registered as a startup person here. The next one you can look at is a service tax. Also, you can get it reimbursed by as a startup. You can get it is reimbursed provided you are registered as a startup in Karnataka. Next one, you're going, you can get a mentorship also for all the helps which is there for all your social media, and in Karnataka and outside you can get these kind of thing. But here you should please look, you should not have an annual turnover exceeding rupees 50 lakhs for the first 3 years, or till the incubator becomes a TST certified as such. Okay, that's one of the disclaimer here. Next one, how do you register as a startup here? You have to go to the offices at the Shanti Nagar KH Road, go to the Karnataka Shanti startup cell. The portal is here, and you provided with all the documents, you can go and register there. That number of days is within 10 working days, you'll get your documentation as such. Then you also have for ideas. If you have an idea, this is given by K-bits, it's given by them. If you have an idea, still you can get a thing. This is idea to POC proof of funding given by the Karnataka government. You can look at the government here, and they give you, right as of now, 180 startups have been given a grant of this much as such. So even an idea can you actually get you money as such. It is up to a lakh of 50 lakhs per project based on your different milestone. You can get it, and you can that particular period of implementation of this particular idea cannot exceed 2 years as such. So you can actually use this even for right from your ideating stage. You can get funding from the Karnataka government. And Semiconductor Venture Fund is basically for all these semiconductor industries and thing. They also give a finance up to 92.95 crores right from early stage to the implementation stage. This is actually given by them. You can look at this website. Next one, we are looking at the Bio Venture Fund. It is for the biotechnology. They give you a funding of almost 50 crores right from startup to the time when you implement as such. I've given you the website. And in the GC fund, it is for animations for you guys, animations, visual effects and gaming and comics, that is AVGC sector today. It is a more growing sector as such, and they give you a finance of almost 20 crores right from startup to the time when you install and become you get into running. So this is the website. This is for those gaming persons as such. Then let us look at DIC. DIC is our local state for all the district as such. It is established, it's very old. It's one of the first one which was actually established in the state of Mysore, when we are known as Mysore as such. And they look at the district level, at taluk level, and everything. This is the spread is there. They look into the issue of udyog, ahar, Aadhaar card, grievances, and they also look allotment of land, allotment of finance at the district level is there. So the entire network strands up to the village and taluk level is done, and our office is basically at Kanija Bhavan, which is near our Palace Road as such. Then going further, we can look at Karnataka State Financial Corporation, which actually encourages basically first generation entrepreneurs. Our first person who was actually running pillar to four thing for getting 25 lakhs was our Narayan Murthy. But in the year 1991, if I'm not wrong, he was a person who was actually shown the door by 3-4 international bank, but KSFC gave him the money, 25 lakhs, to actually start and today we all know where Infosys is. So they actually encourage first generation entrepreneurs. They learn, these are the things they learn, for 4% up to 10 crores for SC/ST and 2 crores for women as such. There are a lot of schemes under KSFC. You can go into and look at it. They give you at a very lower 4% interest. The balance is actually borne by the government, state government as such. So it's a wonderful local help at our hand, which we have. We need to make use of that. Going ahead, we have the this is the Karnataka Industrial Area Development Board, which actually gives us reach out to small business as well as industrial houses for actually taking of infrastructural product, modernization, technology, and adaptation of best practices as such. It is as most of the companies you look at that have taken help from them. It's a single window mechanism for creating all kinds of project, and then even you can also give they also the person who are responsible for our export promotion, industrial park, international airport. They all were responsible for that particular project too. So their wings are very large as such. Now going further, let us look at SIDBI. SIDBI is the largest limited partner for venture capitals. Here we are looking at venture capital. They give right from the time in the company growth stage, when you want to have to grow your company right from the seed, series A, series growth stage. They give us this, and these are the processes which are there. You can go through this particular website, and the venture capital committee is also there, which compromises of domain experts. 26 fund managers are there who are waiting to provide for your ideas. If you can chip in your idea, pitch your idea, then this is your road is open for you. This is our SIDBI, who provides venture capital. Then this is our local players as far as Bangalore is concerned, the private VC players who provide supporting. We have plenty of them. I have given a few people here. K Capital, they are based at Mumbai. They are basically into early stage capital firms. They are into this sectors, mobile, e-commerce, education, and all. Some of the companies as Learntron, Poppycon, Arzu, so these are some of the companies in which they have invested. These are private players. And then Matrix Partners, Nexus, Besser, Chirate, you name it, you have plenty of them. There are at least 50 to 60 people who are very much there in Bangalore, giving for so many persons. But only thing is your idea and your pitching, and then you can elevate your business using them. So each of them play in different industry. Like you look at that, where Matrix basically play in internet and gaming and mobile technology. As long as technology there, and then in whichever industry, Matrix comes inside. Nexus comes inside as far as in the area they're looking at geographical. India and USA only, they are there. Like that, you look at Chirate, they are there in First Cry, Policy Bazaar, Lenskart. They are from the integrators, wherever it is integrators, they are there in that kind of a business. Each of them have their different focus, and you can also look at these local players as such. Then the last one which we are talking about is the starting game as far as gaming partners. These are the person who actually only ventures and gives funding for the gaming industry as such, gaming persons. So these are some of the VCs who have given them, and these are some of the companies also who have actually grown up because of these investors as such. So this is as far as the pure technology, gaming, coding is concerned, these people are there for you. See, these are the different kind. On the right hand side, I've mentioned the, what you call the investor's name. On the left hand side, I have left the kind of game or the companies who's right now very growing as such in the gaming industry. Then you have accelerators. Accelerators are those institutions who actually help you to incubate and accelerate your growth as such. There are so many of them in Bangalore itself. We have 67 accelerators and incubators in India, in Bangalore as such. Some of them I have mentioned. The main most famous one is this NSRCL, which is an based in IMB, and it gives you guidance for 3 months, and there and for both registered as well as non-registered companies under IMB, they give you mentoring. All sound kinds of support is given you. Some of the companies who have incubated and gone out are these type of company: Portfolio, Brisk TV, Media Labs, Via Labs, Wondergrass. These are some of the companies who have come out from NSRCL. This is also one. Every Saturday they create. There is a training which is going on, which is open for anybody. Any Saturday 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock, they have this open kind of a house in which anybody can go and sit and listen to all these VCs talking. I have been there many times because it's very interesting to know how the VCs will tell how do they look at a particular business to actually fund them. What are they looking at that particular business idea? So these are the things which you can, when if you're free, guys, please go during this time, and then Saturdays 9 to 1, and listen to this talks at our IMB campus. Now, as I say, I want to conclude by saying entrepreneurship is a mindset and an attitude. If you have a positive mindset, you can do anything at whatever age. You can be you can start an entrepreneurship even at the age of 50, even at the age 60. You can also start it at the age of 16 to 17 also. So with this, I would like to conclude by saying a big thank you. And I would like to also say that great companies start because founders want to change the world, not to make a fast buck. Just think of our Narayan Murthy. If he was actually thrown out from 3 to 4 international bank and he had given up, we wouldn't have had Infosys, which has changed the entire scenario of our IT industry in our country. It is thanks to Mr. Narayan Murthy's tenacity to go and get that fund, even from a SIDBI. It is what has actually made us be as far as the globe is concerned, the foremost player as far as ITBT is concerned. So successful entrepreneurs are the motive and catalysts of the economy of the country. This is very much true as far as our IT services country is concerned. We are changing so many persons. There are so many Indians there because of our 1991 players who have played it very well. So guys, thank you very much. Today, let's all I also take this opportunity to thank each one of you all for a patient listening which you have done for me. And I want to thank the management, and I also want to thank Dr. Kantar Raj sir to help me who actually requested me to talk to you. Thank you for the opportunity and for patient listening. Be safe, be healthy. Thank you very much. Sir?
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
It was a real excellent and informative session, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
We are extremely grateful to you. You have collected all the institutions supporting the entrepreneurs, the entire thing you have shared. It is really helpful for the students who are aspiring to turn into an entrepreneurs.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Good day to you all. Happy learning, and wishing you all a very good entrepreneurship journey as such. Thank you very much. Good day to you all. I take leave. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Kaplan, sir.
Balaji, you tell the students about the second.
Yes, sir. Now, as scheduled, now the second session will start. Now, I request our HOD to introduce the speaker to the guest speaker to this session.
Good morning, student and faculty members. Today we have an entrepreneur who is successful in his area of expertise. He holds a diploma in mechanical engineering, having 25 years of experience in the area of HVAC. He started his career with the Butterfly Company. Presently, he is working as a director, K&D Associate, one of the biggest HVAC contractor in India. The K&D, Krishnappa, Nagaraj, Narayanappa, Dinesh. They have joined together and started the company called as KND Associate with their friends Pradeep and Baswaraj. On behalf of the college as well as the department, I welcome Mr. Dinesh for this program. Now I request him to address the gathering. I highlight about his achievement and what are the problems faced while starting his business venture and why he started the business venture, everything. Dinesh sir. Sir, unmute sir. Dinesh sir, unmute.
Yeah.
So you can start with your journey after diploma, what you have done, then why you shifted from industry to the entrepreneurship.
Thank you, Kapilan sir, and good morning, everybody. Can you just unmute for a second and respond back? Hello. Kapilan sir, hope everyone is able to hear me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
From the participants, can you just unmute for a second and say hi?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Morning, everybody. I think so. You can mute back.
Gokul and
Yeah, I think so. You had a very good session in the morning about the procedures to be followed and organizations to be approached and things like that. Since you are all in your pre-finals and you are yet to see the real world, as Mr. Kapilan was requesting, I wanted to share my experience as an entrepreneur and would like to tell you guys at this age how important it is to plan your future. First, let us understand who is an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is a person who sets up business, taking on financial risk to make profit, right? The very purpose of becoming an entrepreneur or a businessman is to make profit. Obviously, profit is not a dirty word, okay, but only things, it comes out of hard efforts. Money doesn't grow on the tree, right? Okay, so the very purpose of becoming an entrepreneur, I feel most of the 99% of the people is to make profit. Fine, that's not an issue. And what type of entrepreneurship that we have categorized in our country, I think so you had that also in the earlier session, small scale, medium scale, and large scale industries. So those things I am sure, Kapilan sir, I think so that has been explained in the morning session. Yeah. So I will not go much into that. But this thing is to tell you people who can become an entrepreneur, who cannot become an entrepreneur. I am not the judge, but I will tell you about the out of my past experience, what should be the qualities to become an entrepreneur or to be precise, successful entrepreneur. The very first quality that is required is one should have ambition in life, right? If you have ambition, then only you will try to achieve it. And having said that, ambition is maybe I want to become an Ambani tomorrow. I want to become like Tata tomorrow. These are the things that one should have an ambition. Okay, whether it is high, low, does not matter, right? As long as we have an ambition, then we will try to find a means to achieve that. Correct. So next is you should have a goal. Once I have, let us assume I want to become a 100 crore company in the field of robotics or whichever field that you choose. Just by having ambition, it does not qualify you to start the business. Okay, you should have goal. You should have goal, and the goal is what? Goal is a means to achieve your ambition. Ambition can be achieved by everybody, not by it does not ambition achievement does not happen overnight. It takes lifetime for so many people. Okay, I wanted to become something. I wanted to win Oscar for a film actor. I wanted to win a this thing. Everybody has got dreams and ambitions, but it can be achieved only by setting goals, milestones. So how high or medium, low, what goals you set for yourself, it depends on what ambition you want to achieve. Okay, and the third thing is, unfortunately, I have not made any slides or anything, so please be attentive. And this has to be more of interactive rather than one-sided this thing. So I would like you people to listen to what I'm saying carefully, and then if you can come back to me with your queries after I finish my initial speak. Okay, so once you have set the goal, next quality that I expect in an entrepreneur is leadership. Here, when you talk about leadership, there is a saying by Chanakya. I hope everybody knows Chanakya. Okay, so he was a great scholar. And whenever I was having mentioned Chanakya, I would like to tell you people one thing. There is nothing in our country, in our culture, that we didn't have earlier or we don't have. But the issue is we have forgotten our own culture and we tend to follow Western culture in all parts of our life. And business model also is not exception to that. But when Chanakya says, what should be the quality in the leader? He was referring to a king those days because king was the leader. Or today you can be a leader in an entrepreneurship because you are the leader of your company. Okay, a leader of our country today is no doubt Mr. Modi ji. But each person is for his own company. He is a leader. He is the prime minister for his own this thing. So the very purpose, very basic quality of leadership is he should be energetic. He should be leading by example. So if the leader is energetic, then his subjects will also be energetic. If he is lazy, obviously his subjects will also be lazy, right? So the leadership quality is very, very important. Leadership quality comes by being an example. Being an example. Okay, so not by being a follower, you can't lead a company. Okay, next thing is you should be prepared to, when you want to start a business, what else is involved in that? You are making profits. You should be ready to share the profit with reasonably with your employees and with your family. Because entrepreneurship or business, when I start, all the profit is not mine. There are so many people involved to make me a successful businessman. So sharing profit is also an equally important aspect. Social responsibility. These are I am just talking about qualities of a person who wants to start an entrepreneurship. I am talking about. I will come back to the nitty-gritty of it later. Social responsibility. Today we have something called as CSR, that is corporate social responsibility. This is a new thing the multinational companies are projecting. Okay, which each company should have corporate social responsibility, and they should also not just take care of the employees, but they should also serve the society and things like that. And this is also not a new thing to us, actually, for us Indians. And in our culture, if you see, when it was king, he used to not only build infrastructure for the township or his subjects, but also he used to construct so many temples, chowdhuries for the common people. And not only king, but even the wealthy people also used to build shelters, chowdhuries and temples for common people, because those days those were the corporate social responsibility. In terms of today's scenario, it might be different. Like you need to maybe contribute to reduction in pollution, reduction in environment protection, and value add in so many other aspects of life. Because those days people never heard of pollution and environment problems as such. Today, the technology growth has led to us such a situation that we need to invest part of our this thing so that we bring down the environmental pollutions. Next quality that I expect in an entrepreneur is discipline. See, discipline is something which every one of you have heard, which also is a must quality for an entrepreneur. Adding to this, reading habits is very, very important. You can read anything that you want. Only thing is whether you read fiction, whether you read novels, does not. Hello?
Yes, sir. Continue, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Reading habit is something which helps you people a lot. Because if you read a story, if you read a subject, maybe you like certain part of your subject. So reading a book in detail on that particular portion will also add knowledge to you. And any story book also does not come out of blue, right? It is on somebody's experience, somebody's life story. Only thing is it is exaggerated in the in a different manner, and it is decorated, or it is maybe painted with different colors. So you need to discount certain things when you read books and try to adapt it to your requirement. And the next important quality to be an entrepreneur is expertise. See, everybody thinks about becoming an entrepreneur, but in what field do I become an entrepreneur? These are the questions that everybody keep on asking. But please understand, to become a businessman or an entrepreneur, it is important to be expert in the field that you are getting into, right? The very purpose why I am saying this is the life teaches. There are certain things which is not taught in any of the books, whereas you learn by experience. Why you have to be expert in the business line that you are getting into is you should not be cheated later on by your own people, your own employees, nor or the senior people that you hire. Or you should be able to distinguish that yes, I am being cheated in certain aspects of it. Right? I may be good in hello, sorry. Hello.
Yes, sir. Continue.
Hello. Yeah. Sorry, I was
You're audible,
in
sir.
my mobile. I was getting. Yeah. So I was talking to you about expertise. You may be expert in being youngsters. You do so many project works and things like that. You may be good in assembling an engine. You may rip open the engine, assemble it back. But if you don't know to make a whole two-wheeler, then that is not of no use. That is of no use. Okay. And even if you are able to rip open a two-wheeler, assemble it back, and you think that you can make a two-wheeler of your own with whatever efficiency, fuel efficiency that is, or the requirement of torque, that is all fine. But if you don't know how to market it, then there is a big problem, right? So expertise on the core thing that you are getting into is very much required. Now let us come to the very important thing that is debatable, or everybody asks this question a lot. Experience. Is it important to have experience and then start a business, or can I start the business directly? There is no straightforward answer to this, because there are certain fields wherein experience really does not matter, because if it is a sole proprietary or it is a patented thing, then you can always start on your own directly, and you can enjoy the benefits of your business. But most of the cases, 90% of the times, we tend to do whatever a person is already doing, where there is more profit, where you see that more people are into that business and there is more opportunity for some more people to get in. That is where we try to start business. Like if you are a good automobile engineer, you will plan to start a two-wheeler workshop or four-wheeler workshop. There are plenty already. There are franchisees, there are authorized dealers, but still you would like to start. Because my passion is automobile, so I want to start a garage. So can you simply start like that when you are entering a market where there is already established players? This is where the answer you get. Yes, you need to have experience. You can't start just like that. Just because you have money and your passion is automobiles, you can't start a garage and you say you will give the best services possible. No, it is not true. The very reason is, when you are entering a established market, the experience teaches how to improve on your expertise. Experience teaches you how to improve on your expertise, right? So all the factors that I spoke to you just now, starting from ambition, goal, leadership, to share profit, to show social responsibility, discipline, time management, all these things will get fine-tuned when you have experience. Because the very purpose of you getting into a job, because you have already decided after a couple of years experience, I will start on my own. So with that mindset, when you have gone, you will not simply work as an employee. You will always be watching as a person who wants to next start. So how the employees are behaving, are they really coming in time? Are they putting 100% efficiency into their work? And is the boss coming in time? Is he working to his full efficiency? So all these things will sharpen, or it will kind of fine tune your discipline, time management, all these things it will tell you. Even now, when you are coming to classes, what is that you do generally? You know, each lecturer, even though there is time of 10 to 11 is Kapil and Sir's class, you know very well that he will be there by 9:59 in the class. So you tend to be there 9:58. But if Sir comes by 10:05, then you also tend to be there by 10:05, right? So this is again the leadership quality. Okay. So if you are there earlier, then your students will also be there, and your when you are an entrepreneur, your employees will always be there. Okay. So now very important thing is, we always think that the parents, teachers, elders are only nagging you, saying that don't do this, don't do that, maintain time discipline, have time management. You know why they say all this? I explained to you all the characteristics, behaviorals. The parents, the teachers, the elders have already passed through the stage that you are in now, right? So they have that gap of generation gap, or it is the experience of that parent or the teacher, wherein you have seen, by being late, what happened? By mismanaging my time, what happened? By not maintaining discipline, what happened? Or by maintaining discipline, how good I have become. So these are all the things parents think, and then only they shout at you. either do this, don't do that. So please never think that parents are nagging, teachers are nagging. It is not that. Maybe the